Hello guys, and welcome back to another prediction. This time I will talk about the possible box office performance of Mission Impossible Fallout. As always, I will start this prediction off with a point which works in favor for a good box office performance of the movie. First of all, I want to name the box office performance of the last Mission Impossible installments, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol and Rogue Nation. Released in 2011 and 2015, these two movies really achieved to lift the franchise to another level box office wise. The Mission Impossible franchise was always healthy and performed solid on a worldwide level, but with $694.713 million earned in 2011 and $682.714 million earned in 2015, the franchise joined the club of the really big players on the market. Both installments performed great over the long run, and that was because of the immense successful reception from audiences and critics from around the globe. Both movies are sitting on 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, and the last installment, Rogue Nation, also has a very healthy audience score of 87%. To have those two very successful and loved films as predecessors for Mission Impossible Fallout is definitely an aspect which works hugely in favor for the movie. The next thing that I want to point out is the competition Impossible Fallout has to face. When the 6th installment out of this Agent franchise hits cinemas on July 27th, it has literally no competition to fear until September starts. With that being said, Mission Impossible Fallout has a huge amount of time to play well on the domestic front and in overseas territories, and with a probably very good quality, this film can achieve a big multiplier. The next thing that I want to point out is the reception towards the trailer and material which was already released. Both trailers have a very healthy view count, and the like to dislike ratio on top of that is also immensely good. To top these things off, on Rotten Tomatoes, Mission Impossible Fallout has a 98% want to see rating. It seems like a lot of people want to have a good time with this movie and are looking forward to see it. The last thing that I want to point out is the performance of the last Mission Impossible in China. Rogue Nation grossed a total of $135.653 million in China back in 2015, and when the second most important country in the world when it comes to box office grosses decides to again fall in love with this new installment in the Mission Impossible franchise, then I think that a Chinese total of north of 170 million could become reality, and with that a very high overseas gross which could finally lead Mission Impossible to over 700 million worldwide. Happily for this project, I can't see a negative aspect when it comes to the upcoming box office performance. The only thing that someone could argue is that the production company, Paramount Pictures, had pretty much the worst year of their studio history in 2017. But then again, Paramount Pictures released A Quiet Place around 2 months ago, which blew away the most optimistic expectations with a worldwide gross of over $300 million on a budget of just 17 million. So, Paramount Pictures could get lucky again this year. Now I'm going to fade in all aspects that I just counted for a good or bad box office performance of the movie, and I'm going to start with the pessimistic prediction on Mission Impossible Fallout. When the movie can't continue with the very good quality that Mission Impossible 4 and 5 pulled off, then I think that Fallout will barely crack the 125 million mark at the domestic box office, but will still shine pretty good overseas. In this scenario, Mission Impossible Fallout will open with $46 million, and after a multiplier of 2.75, the movie will finish with $126.5 million in the domestic market. On top of that, Fallout will earn $370 million in total from overseas territories for a combined worldwide cum of $496.5 million. While the budget for Mission Impossible Fallout is still unknown, this amount of money will be probably enough for the project to break even, since I'm not estimating the overall budget of the movie, production and all marketing costs, to exceed a total of $220 million. Now let's move on to the realistic prediction. In this scenario, Mission Impossible Fallout will already come very close to the grosses of Rogue Nation and Ghost Protocol, but will not surpass them. In this scenario, Mission Impossible Fallout will open with $54 million in the domestic market, just a slight margin under the opening weekend of Rogue Nation, and after a multiplier of 3.15, the movie will finish with $170.1 million in total from USA and Canada. Additionally to that, Fallout will collect $450 million from overseas territories for a combined worldwide cum of $620.1 million. While already a pretty good amount of money, I really think that this movie has the potential to again lift this franchise to new heights at the worldwide box office. And with that being said, let's finish this video off with the optimistic prediction on Mission Impossible Fallout. When the quality of Fallout is pretty much perfect, and audiences as well as critics are saying that the movie at least matches, if not surpasses, the quality of the last two installments, and when on top of that, a few blockbusters which are released before Mission Impossible Fallout really don't deliver when it comes to high audience and critic scores, then Mission Impossible Fallout will become the 6th if not 5th highest grossing movie of 2018 worldwide. In this scenario, Mission Impossible Fallout will increase with 31% on the opening weekend of Rogue Nation, and because of that will start its box office run with a 3-day opening weekend of $72.731 million, a new franchise record. The film will achieve a higher multiplier than Rogue Nation with 3.68, and when ME's 6th run is over in the domestic market, it will finish with $267.651 million, a new record for the franchise. From overseas territories, due to a huge 175 million performance in China, Fallout will close with a total of 550 million, for a worldwide cum of $807.651 million. This would make Paramount extremely happy, and Mission Impossible would become the Skyfall of the Mission Impossible franchise. The next video will be a prediction about the Predator or Skyscraper. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. It really means a lot to me. When you like this video, it would be great when you consider liking and or sharing this prediction, since it would really help out this channel big time. Also be sure to subscribe to this channel when you always want to see my new predictions first. See you soon, guys. More videos to come. Bye bye.